Hi, it's Rick again here. This Debbie and Liana of mine CCPR fundraiser. I'm here now with Coral Reefer, a local blogger and activist, and what else would you add to your title, Coral?
YouTuber. I
YouTuber.
love YouTube. Yeah, weekly Stony Sunday videos. Happy Stony Sunday and happy birthday, Debbie.
Yeah, do you want to say where you can be found at on social media land and stuff?
StonySunday.com, YouTube.com/coralfish19, and CoralReefer420.com. Lots of .coms.
Cool. Awesome. Coral has been truly an amazing social media success phenomenon, actually, I would call it, in the last couple of years. Come up and had, over 100,000 Instagram followers at your height before the Insta-fascists came slashing along and cut her and Harborside and pretty much anybody else that had any significant following on social media.
It seemed like they really went after people that had a message, though. Like, there were a lot of flashy weed accounts that didn't post captions, but just weed pictures, and they stayed. But if you had, like, action-driven feeds, you got cut.
That's a really interesting point. It definitely seemed that the more socially active accounts or politically active accounts were the ones targeted. So we're now on the precipice of possible legalization in California. A very exciting time. Also, time filled with a lot of uncertainty. What are your feelings about what's going on now and what's going to happen in the next year or so?
I wish California had not taken so long. I'm super excited that California gets to have the conversation for 2016 around the same time that it's happening federally. We really get to decide as a nation how we want to move forward, how we want to regulate. So I think it's really time for people that have been quiet and have been kind of in the closet to speak out more. Because there are a lot of people that have their stuff together. They have great jobs, they have great families, and they've been hiding that they're a cannabis user, a patient, an enthusiast, however they identify. And now is when they need to come and speak out and tell us how they want it to be regulated, how they want to see cannabis in the future, because it's happening right now, and we can't keep waiting or just having a few voices speaking. We need more.
That's a very good point. I mean, as much as people think the last 2010 Prop 19 failed in the northern part of California, the grow countries, it was really the predominantly Latino suburbs of Los Angeles where it failed. So getting our message out to people beyond our traditional, we all agree already that cannabis should be legal, but getting the rest of people to come along and say that this is less harmful, this is going to result in less prison time for your children or yourselves is a huge part of that. How do you see, I mean, you have a broad reach amongst the cannabis community, but and what kind of diversity do you see amongst your followers?
I see a lot of people that don't have a lot of time and money to give, but it's something they feel passionately about, and they don't know free options and ways to get involved. So like you were saying, different communities, like a Spanish-speaking community, one way that I want people to get more involved is translating the documents and the information that we have in English that's pro-pot and that's pro-health and new information coming forward. We don't always have it translated in Spanish. So if you even have 15 minutes a day just translating one article or just passing it along in Spanish, that's a huge thing that can help reach so many more people that I can't personally do. A lot of people in this room can't personally do, but someone can get involved and help in that way.
Well, what do you encourage your followers? I know you do a variety of different activist things on your platforms. What are you doing, say, around 2016 to encourage your followers to support?
I really just want them to do what they do best. So if you are someone that's social, that's what you do. You talk to your friends all the time. Talk to them about pot. If you're a homebody and you're with your family, you're cooking dinner every day, you've got your kids there, chat with them about pot. Ask if they've seen the headlines. Tell them, maybe it's not as dangerous as they've heard, or ask if their friends have heard about pot. I think there's always something someone can do, and if you feel like you're good at something, you're going to do it better. So apply what you're good at to pot, and in 2016, we just need that. We need all the energy we have. I think now's the time.
I've been asking all the other interviewees this question, what would your utopian world look like 5-10 years in the future with cannabis? Like, if you could have whatever you want, what would that world look like?
It would be very reminiscent of Nimbin, Australia, which I've heard is kind of set in a time warp of the 70s California, so I don't know, but I went into a bookshop and then I asked the book tender if they had any weed, and they sold me some weed, and it was amazing. I still knew where to get it from, and they had a great source that they trusted, and it was regulated, but not overly regulated. And I feel like everyone that wanted access had it. And the biggest thing for me is I don't want to see a two-tier world where we have legal and medical, and people don't understand the crossover between the two, or how total health can really benefit a patient and a person, however you want to identify.
Thank you for touching on that, Coral, because I think that the wellness model that we at Harborside have pushed for years, and I think, and where my heart and I think yours are a lot more coming from, is that you don't need to take it for a point-specific medical condition. It should be a part of overall spectrum of wellness. So, exercise, spirituality, food, all that, and not have to be regulated like plutonium or some incredibly toxic something. Are there any other last words you have to say to your followers or the world in general out there?
Talk to your family about pot. Yeah, talk to your family. If you love cannabis, talk to them about it. There are so many people that work in this industry even that have spent 10, 15 years working in cannabis and their moms still don't know what they do. So be the brave one, start that conversation, and I think that's going to make a huge difference.
Awesome.
Yeah, you don't want to vote to lock up someone you love, so help them.
Thank you so much for coming and talking with us today,
Thank
Chloe.
you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.